What's up, guys? Mesha here. Today we'll be going on Vrchat, diving deep in these worlds, and asking people if they have any ghost stories to share or alien stories, anything supernatural, really. Because I know that if you clicked on this video, that's what you're into. Please stick around all the way to the end. Hit that like button if you like what you hear. Enjoy. So you were Peruvian. You can start it over.
I'm half Peruvian, half white. Peruvian on my dad's side.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was younger, my dad got deported back to Peru, and we went to go visit him on one vacation. And on vacation, we went to this like little island that had like, it's not like a really city like area like with power or anything like that. It was just like a small little island with like huts and like little sticks buildings, kind of like.
Get
That's
out of
the
here.
best way I could describe it. Yeah, I literally went to one of those places. It's not like old time like tribe kind of deal thing.
All
I mean,
right.
they still had like somewhat of like civilization
Yeah, you got
kind of
you
deal,
got your
but it was like,
shops and stuff, like little
yeah,
commerce.
they got their shop like a generator built up, but like it's kind of like bare minimum status
Right, third
kind of
world.
village. And while I was out there, I was with my sister at the time, and like out beyond the village was like this open field, and me, my older brother, and my little sister was with a group of the kids that actually lived out there, and we went out of the village and took a pathway to like the farmlands, like where they grew stuff. And literally out in that field, this was like early morning, like dusk, like so there was like a mist of above everything and like barely any light kind
Yeah.
of deal. And literally out in that field was a guy just standing there. And the thing, like, he wasn't doing anything. He was just like standing there, like looking off into the distance.
He was looking
And
away.
while, yeah, he was like literally looking away, like out into the distance kind of deal thing. And he was literally just standing, like, only guy out there.
No shit.
And then all of a sudden, we literally hear a fucking scream, like a genuine scream coming from him.
You're
And
lying.
after, no, like this is like no joke, like at all. Like this is like a story that me and
Wow.
my sister only like remember kind of deal thing. We hear a fucking scream come from him, like a blood curdling scream kind of deal. And as
Dude.
like all of us, including the kids of the village kind of deal, we all just fucking booked it back. And literally, as soon as I turned around, the dude was fucking gone. Like,
Fucking
you could
Skinwalker.
not fucking see him. That see, that's the thing that me and my sister agree on, is like that's pretty much what that was. And I believe in that kind of stuff. Like I don't believe in like all that like kind of like, well, kind of aliens and whatnot. Like it's a toss up and stuff.
Yeah, I
But
get it.
like
I get it.
skinwalkers, I do believe in.
I
uh,
got chills right now
when I
from
was
you
younger,
telling
I
that
remember
story, and
that.
I've heard a lot of stories.
It's like a memory that me and her like share like
It's a core
very
memory.
fondly, and like we remember of, yeah, is that part because when we went to go meet her dad.
Damn. I mean, that's huge right there.
Oh yeah. Beyond that, nothing else like really supernatural. Really, just literally just that. That's the
That's
only
pretty big though.
physically supernatural that I ran into. Yeah. Believe me, I don't want to run into anymore.
Right?
I don't need that messing up my life.
Not going to Peru after that one. No, thank you. Well, not going to that specific island.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Sheesh.
I'm fucking shaking, fucking talking about it.
Dude, I'm legit when I tell you that I got chills from that shit. It was sincere. I felt it. That's crazy.
Like my hand is like fucking. Like that was a fucking moment.
That's wild, dude. That's wild.
Wait, I gotta get in the right skin for it.
All right, let's hear it. Set it up. Set the theme up.
So
Perfect.
basically, right? I have a cousin. His name is BJ, and I guess I looked like him like as a child, and I went to his funeral as a child, and I don't know. So I guess I just looked like him. So every time I talked to anyone at the funeral, they were like, "Bro, you look well." It was very depressing, obviously, but they're like, you look just like him, you act just like him. So it's kind of making the funeral a little harder or whatever. But like years later, I was just hanging out with my mom, and like he always wore this specific kind of cologne that like no one else had, and like randomly it was just in the house, like on his birthday. It was just like super freaky. It was like, whoa.
You're just smelling it.
Yeah, it was just everywhere, but like
That's
no one
wild.
had it. And he
I've
and he
heard
lives in
of
like
that
another
before.
part of the world. It's crazy. So yeah, was that one.
So like, have y'all ever seen like anything paranormal or supernatural, crazy like that? Like ghost stories, aliens?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one?
Only sleep paralysis.
Oh, you have sleep I'm trying to hear that too. That's cool. I want to hear about that. Well, it's probably not cool, but
Go on.
I mean, you probably see some wild shit. So, well, I want to hear whatever. I want to hear both of them. So, let's hear it.
Okay. How about Stella, or you go first, and then Stella.
Oh. Okay. A little bit old, and it's rural. So I don't know. It's just a bit fishy. There was always this man who walked around our house when we were little that me and my brothers would always see.
Right.
And our parents just thought it was our imagination when we were little. And it was olden style. Like I don't know
What?
if you know what like rural Australia like olden style is, but yeah, it was like that.
So,
And
so y'all all
they,
saw the same guy, but your parents never saw it.
yeah, and there was a girl named Emily. My parents never saw it, and there was a girl named Emily. And one day I had my door open because my room was a bungalow, so my bedroom was off the house.
Okay.
And I had my door open in the breeze, and I heard this like little girl whisper in my ear. I'm pretty sure it was Emily, because Emily, she was, I don't know, she was a trickster kind of. But one day this is just the build up to the real story.
All right.
One day I was sleeping, and I know that this could be written off as like sleep paralysis, but on God, I swear it wasn't. I
No,
had sleep paralysis.
you don't have to
before,
explain yourself.
And
Just
but
you know.
yeah, no, I was laying in bed, and the guy, he was in my room, and he was just staring at me at the end of my bed. Like I woke up and I sat up, so I wasn't like laying down. I think I woke up and I sat up and I was like, oh, and I didn't say anything. I just stared at him, and his face dropped like a. It just like he turned really angry for no reason.
Huh.
And then there was two other floating heads that came out of nowhere. Well, they weren't really heads. Their bodies were just. They were just more faint than their head.
Get the fuck
And,
out of here.
Yeah, they all looked angry, and they were all like hovering over my bed. And then they all like came at me, and I felt like I was pushed to the bed and I couldn't get up. And then there was a bell in the middle of the room, and it started ringing.
Wow.
And then and then their faces just went back to normal, and they just like disappeared, and I could stop again. And I was not very calm. I ran out screaming into my brother's room, and yeah, and then I went back to sleep. I didn't go back into my room for like a month. So.
Yeah, I could see why.
Yeah.
I could see why.
Basically, I was like sleeping in a dream, but inside of the dream, I was standing inside of my bedroom, looking outside of my window. It's like in the corner of my bedroom, and I can see like all the street lights and shit.
Right.
And then I hear like this crash coming from downstairs. And once I heard the crash, I like woke up in sleep paralysis mode, right, where you can't move.
Can't move, but you're awake.
And yeah, exactly. And I hear like footsteps coming up the stairs, and it's like, I don't know, like crashing and glass sounding, or like chains or something. It was weird. And then all of a sudden, this 7-foot shadow guy comes walking into my bedroom, and he doesn't even know that I'm looking at him. And he's like just wandering around checking shit out. He's like, I don't know what he was doing. He's just like looking at everything. And then like probably 20 seconds later, he notices that I'm making eye contact with him. And he like zipped behind the chair that's in front of my bed. And he's like hiding behind it, and he's like peeking his head up. And he keeps like going back down because he knows that I'm staring at him. He didn't want me to stare at him. And then I just closed my eyes and then opened them again, and he was like on my bed with his like big claw hands like digging at me.
Oh.
He was trying to tear out my organs and shit.
That's not good.
And then yeah, I know. and then all of a sudden he started doing this tribal dance at the end of my bed, and there was another one. There was a little one.
Get out of here.
And the little one had like indigenous feathers. Like you could see the silhouette of the feathers.
Yeah.
On his head and stuff, and he was like, they were doing this dance, like this tribal dance thing, for like a couple seconds, and then all of a sudden, I snapped out of it, and I was able to. Everything was back to normal.
Huh.
But it fucking tripped me out so bad. And I didn't know what sleep paralysis was at the time, so I thought it was some paranormal shit, but I didn't want to accept that for an answer. So
Yeah.
I went on Google and typed in my symptoms, and that's when I found out about sleep paralysis. And yeah.
And are you still having them to this day?
Pretty weird. Yeah, I still have it.
That's scary.
Is it the same scenario?
Lately it hasn't been. I did have a crazy one a couple months ago though. I'm hallucinating myself falling off of my bed, right?
Right.
But I'm not actually falling off my bed. I'm just hallucinating myself falling off of my bed. So I think that I'm falling off of my bed, and it looks like I am. I'm laying on the floor and shit. But then all of a sudden, boom, I'm like back on my bed again. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden, these like liquid, like oily creatures, a bunch of them, probably like in all different sizes too. Like there's like 7 feet ones, there's like miniature ones. And they're
What?
all spiraling out of my floor in this liquid oil shit. And they're like they look like a creature, like a body. And there's like in the liquids like dripping on the floors and shit. And some of them were even rotating out of my computer desk. It was so fucked up.
Damn.
And then yeah, and then like it just lasts for a bit, and then I snap out of it, and then I'm back to normal again. It's weird.
That's wild, dude.
Are you able to just like close your eyes, or is that not how it works?
Yeah, you can close your eyes.
I appreciate y'all sharing though. That was wild. Wow.
Yo, what up?
The only thing you can do is close your eyes.
What's up?
You can't move anything else. It's
I
weird.
feel like you'd.
That was a cheap shot, and I was only unconscious for a little bit, alright? I'm back, I'll beat you so bad that even kittens
Just
won't
won't look
at
at you. Thank you for sticking all the way to the end of this video. If you like what you heard and want to hear more episodes, please go to the comment section and say we want more. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, morning. Peace.